What's up, guys? We are back working on the Blazer. It's been a little bit, and it's time to tear into this thing and figure out what was leaking on the head gasket. So let's dive into it. Alrighty, so you saw us build this whole Blazer, and we thought that we could get it done in time for Cletus and Cars, but we're not able to because the head gasket was leaking right down there from the front of the gasket. We tried tightening it, we tried doing everything, but could not get it to stop leaking. And that was like 12 a.m. before we were leaving for the competition. I think it may have been 2 a.m., but too late for us to get it all fixed. Didn't want to take it down there and hurt it with all this freaking hard work we did on it. So I have a new BTR. I believe this is the 5.3 bore LS9 gasket. Don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we're going to find out here. So I'm going to tear everything off. Supercharger has to come off. Unfortunately, the radiator hose goes through the actual belt for the supercharger. Take off the intercooler, everything just to get the head off. So let's go ahead and do it.
Alrighty guys, I'm going to walk you through the process of us doing this head gasket. See me over there, clean up the table. That way we have a nice clean spot to put all these shiny parts. First get that intercooler piping off and laid over there. Then I start working on the throttle body. This drove me nuts. I probably took 3 or 4 trips to the toolbox just to get the right Allen key. Once I got that squared away, went over and started working on those AN16 lines attached to that shear fab intercooler brick. That thing's massive. I think it's like 1800 horsepower. Got that all out of the way, and from there we started working on the oil catch can lines. You see up there on the cowl, we have the Jack Fabs catch can. If you need one, check out the description. You can make one for probably any car you got. So from here, started working on the radiator. We'll have to get that thing completely drained because the lower radiator hose actually goes through the serpentine belt for the supercharger.
A little scary. Not a lot of water came out, so hopefully that didn't go into the engine. It was running okay, so I think it's all right, but we're gonna have to drain that oil probably.
So we get the rest of the radiator hoses disconnected, belt off, and then I can start working on the supercharger. So I'll get all those bolts taken off. There's, I think, probably 8 of them holding onto that bracket. That bracket is actually attached to the head, so all of that needs to come off in order to remove that head, change a head gasket. Once I get all of that disconnected, there's a bunch of pulleys and stuff down there. Get all that off, I'll start working on the fuel rails. All of those have to be disconnected. All the wiring that's underneath there has to be, make sure it's moved out of the way. Once I think that everything is moved out and we can lift that thing up, I'll get Fowler's help and he'll help me lift that thing over to the table. Then from there, it's pretty simple, just unbolting the head and swapping out the head gasket.
I think I got it separated.
You think?
I mean, I guess I could take all these bolts off, but god dang, it's possible to get to those.
Yes. You want to take off the intercooler line?
Well, it's disconnected on the other side.
Okay.
I can't get it off over there.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you saw us tear the whole thing down. Looks super sad right now. Head is off, and I'll be honest with you, this is the spot where it was leaking. Obviously there's a little bit of dirt and stuff, but I can't really see anything on here. And then we're gonna put the gasket, wasn't this side. Oh. This side, I don't know if that indicates it was leaking and maybe it was just a bad dowel. I really don't know. But I'm wondering if the way that looks on the edge there, if that indicated of the leak. Basically, what we're gonna do is, Fowler works at a CMM lab, so we're gonna take it there and he is gonna measure it to see if it is actually flat. That's all we could think to do. And maybe get some new dowels. I'm not really sure, so I'm gonna clean it up. He'll take it tomorrow and we'll see the results from there. All right, got the Blazer back together. You saw us put the new head gasket on it, and now it is leaking transmission fluid profusely.
It's all your fault.
Ultra Bell, I guess, is not sealing, but you know what? We're gonna send it anyway. We got a fire extinguisher, just in case.
Somewhere.
We might need it. Try this thing out. So before we go over that horrific display of a burnout, check out these new shirts we have up here in the corner. They'll be on the website. Alrighty guys, so let's go over a couple things and what happened with that burnout there. So it was starting out good, but we were losing a ton of transmission fluid because the Ultra Bell that we put on there was still continually leaking, and actually there's still a trail of fluid out in the street from where it was leaking. So started the burnout, and then obviously this transmission started slipping, not having enough fluid to spin the rear tires. So basically I thought I was spinning, but you can see in the clip I was going anywhere. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to pull out the transmission, get that resealed. But while it's pulled out, I would like to change this to a manual valve body and then maybe a trans brake. So that way we can do a little bit of drag racing. I was thinking about maybe having the transmission built to hold a bunch more power, but this setup right here probably is only going to make 450, 500-ish, maybe a little bit more. It's not going to make anything crazy with the pulley that's on the Torque Storm right now. So that is hopefully the plan. Got to recenter the steering because you can see I couldn't really turn all the way to the left, but I can turn way to the right. So we didn't center the steering shaft when we put all of the new steering components on it. Lastly, I still have a little bit of a leak from the water, the thermostat, and then we need an alignment really bad. So I also put you'll see in another video for the purple car, some of the stuff we did, but there was a set of wheels that were for this, and they came with some big old Mickey Thompson 28s. These are, what are these, 275 60-15s, some ET Street R's. So I went ahead and put these on the wheels that we powder coated, so that we'll have a set of wheels to drive around on. And honestly, it looks so much cooler with those on there. Look at that. Looks way better with some big meat on the back. So that is kind of the next steps with the Blazer. We got to drive it around a little bit and get it all set up with the tune. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of update. It seems like the head gasket is working. seems to be running decent. Got to fix a few odds and ends on it, but we'll get it fixed up soon. But yeah, drop a comment on what you guys think about the old Blazer. And then should we drag race it? Should we make it have more power? Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you want to see it more on the channel and not just for burnouts? Let me know in the comments below. But that'll be it for this one. And we'll hopefully see you shortly for a video on the purple car and then also on Fowler's new S10. So we will see you next time. Peace.